welcome everyone to a new episode of the Nerd Variety Podcast.
Hello.
Say hello, everyone.
Greetings.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Talk to everyone.
We're so used to you saying everything first.
Well, they want to know you're here.
Well,
We are here.
We are here. We're always here.
Good.
We never leave, remember?
Speaking of who is here, we have Hannah, home for the holidays, home for most of 2020, Hogan.
Mm-hmm. Home for always.
Can't get her to leave.
I don't want to go anywhere. It means putting on shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choose the worst.
Shoes can be fun or cumbersome. And then we have over here Hayden, Run Rudolph Rafferty.
Yes, that's me. I have always been here, by the way. It's just a new name that I am having.
Jazz hands.
Yes.
The podcaster formerly known as Hunter, in case you were.
I feel like
we're
I
gonna
had to
refrain from that.
I feel like I had to verbalize my jazz hands since.
Yeah.
And it is doing jazz hands. And
you can't just do
hands.
jazz hands on a podcast. They
No,
have to
no.
know your jazz hands.
They don't have a sound by themselves.
Yeah. They can.
Unless I jazz hand really hard.
Yeah, just right up on the microphone. You gotta do.
You gotta really feel the jazz. Yeah.
There. That was obnoxious, I'm sure. There you go.
But yes, we're all here. We're getting ready to enjoy our Christmas break and our Christmas, New Year's, whatever holiday we choose to celebrate break. But we wanted to, do a little salute at the end of 2020. We've all made it through the fire and the
Flames.
flames, and we have carried on through all the plagues and politics and murder hornets that haven't seen yet. Surprisingly,
the one mercy of this year is that the murder hornets turned out to not be a big deal for most of the country.
Yes.
Well, weren't those in Australia?
No, they were here.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
That just
And
sounds like an
I wanna
Australia
say
thing. I don't know.
Washington.
Yeah, the West Coast. They're popping up over there.
Well,
Yeah.
Killing off all the bees.
Yeah.
Decapitating those suckers.
And making and really hurting people.
Yeah.
But not me, because I'm not going over there anytime soon because of COVID.
And the bees.
And the bees. Yeah. But as the host of the Nerd Variety Podcast show, we wanted to talk about something that kind of brought us all together during 2020, and that was the technology that we used, but mostly the new stuff that came about in 2020. And Lord knows we did need some tech to get us to this day, which is December. This day in December.
This day is December.
This day in December.
Somehow.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing we can talk about is the new consoles that came about.
Can we though?
I don't know if it's that big because, again, we talked about this a little bit before we started streaming. My sense of time is totally messed up. Didn't those only come out like a month ago?
Yeah.
Am I right about that? Okay,
November,
all right.
Yeah.
So I feel like that wasn't really, a defining feature of the year.
Not a defining
Maybe
feature.
Sure it was. There was
last
the build up
month.
and everything. There was the build up, and you have to remember 1 month
Build up and the letdown.
Yeah, and 1 month in 2020 time is actually like 3 years.
Exactly.
So,
It's true until it's
been
over,
like
and then
6
it's
years.
a day and a half.
I remember 16 years ago, which was back in June or May or June 2020.
Yeah.
There was Xbox had their big expo, little video expo, virtual thing that we could see the new games they had coming out.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing the Series X, which looks really cool, but I haven't. But I don't know when I'll get one. Maybe sometime next year after next.
Well, I have no plans or expectations to get one this year. That's for sure. So
now, hold on a second. You say you were getting both of them?
I was trying. I really tried but no, none of them are available.
We just give everybody a little bit of slack for plans that didn't work out this year.
And I did not want to pay like $1,300 for a $400 or $500 console, which I just have to say, if you're a scalper, if you're one of those that has been buying up a bunch of them to try to sell them for ridiculous amounts, yes, you're horrible. I'm very happy about the scammers who have you guys heard about that?
Yeah, the scammers who have been
people have been scamming the scalpers. They've been going and contacting these people that are trying to sell it up, scalping and trying to sell it up for ridiculous prices. They're like, we need to meet here, and then sending them 2, 3, 4 hours away or something, and then they just never show up. The scammers just never show up.
Good.
It's it's fair.
It's good. I approve.
Yeah.
Which you have to think about, that's, the companies were trying to make the systems affordable to people because they're probably worth a lot more than the $400 to $600 range that they're marketed for. But then the scalpers want to come back and just, take people's money, which not a lot of people have a lot of money after 2020.
Only one of many reasons why I'm pretty much a solely PC gamer. I have my Switch Lite on my phone, but I'm quite happy with my computer. That I, doesn't come out with a new version every year or so that I need to get.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. Yeah, I'm on the fence of getting a new PC so I can play more games. But my Xbox One works just fine, and I think a lot of games coming out between November and next year will still be will be open for the Xbox One.
Yeah. Well, I think I've talked about my history with video games before, which is just sort of, my dad was a tech guy when we were kids, and so we grew up with computer games kind of before anybody else really had them, but never had consoles. So I just kind of still do that. And this year, I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah.
More than some previous years.
I've been mostly sticking to PC gaming lately. I can get into it why later, but it's. I'm actually just lately, this past week, getting back into a little bit of Xbox gaming.
Well, now that we're all pros, segueing into another tech topic, now that we're all pros at Zoom and Discord, right? Voice chatting with your friends while playing a PC game is really easy, right? We're all used to it at this point.
Yeah.
But I hate it partly.
Well, it's funny because I feel like in previous years I've tried to use Discord for gaming stuff, and I always had kind of mixed results with it. And I've been doing Zoom for, I guess, 3 years now, ever since I graduated college, for my job. So I always preferred Zoom, but I feel like Discord has stepped up their game recently just because they had to. And the voice chat and video chats on Discord are a lot better than they were a year ago, I want to say.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, on par with Messenger or whatever, calling app you can find, even Snapchats. But Zoom has took the world by storm this year. Yeah. I didn't know much about it until y'all introduced it to me as we were going to do the podcast. But now this year, everyone and their mom used Zoom. Yeah.
And again, it's been nice because I'm very familiar with the platform. So I've been kind of training various family members, specifically grandmothers, on how to use it. Oh. Very basic, here's how.
Now, Hannah, which button do I press to Zoom, everyone?
Pretty much. But it's been good.
Yeah. We all needed a way to stay in touch. But to circle back to games, we all had, I think games actually did help, keep people connected as well.
Yeah. And I think that one of the ways you see that, I know I'm interrupting, but the majority of really popular games that came out this year, or games that became popular this year, were multiplayer games.
Mm-hmm.
The three that come to mind are Fall Guys, Phasmophobia, and Among Us.
Yeah. I was going to say Among Us. That's probably the biggest one so far this year, I think.
Fall Guys was really big at the beginning of the year.
Was really big.
And Among Us technically didn't come out this year.
Yeah. But I still haven't played Fall Guys, and every time I see it, I'm really interested. I've played. The only reason I've played Among Us, though, probably is because it's free on your phone.
Yeah. Among Us came out of nowhere. Wasn't it? Didn't it come out originally back in like 2018?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, but now I can't go on YouTube and look at the gaming channel without seeing like 50 billion Among Us streams or
because
game
it's a
videos.
10-player game, so you have 10 YouTubers all playing at the same time, and they're all uploading the video.
Yeah.
So of course.
What's up, guys? Check out us playing Among Us. Oh my god, this game is amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say one more game. Oh, it's not been like hugely popular, but there was a new Jackbox game this year as well.
Oh yeah.
That I think I don't know if they made it come out faster because of COVID, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, and was that 8?
6.
No. It was at least 7.
Nope.
I'm positive 6 was out last week or last year because we played it, right?
We played 5.
6? I thought 6 was the one that has like role models in it.
Okay, maybe it was 7.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, you
see,
right.
I know things.
I concede. Yes, it was number 7.
Okay.
Yeah, Jackbox and Zoom were like that was the quintessential 2020 party.
Do you guys remember when what were they called? Like Zoom bombers were a thing?
Yeah.
Like everyone was worried about
that term, but yeah.
The equivalent is like a photo bomber, right? Where people were basically like joining random Zoom meetings and doing stupid stuff.
Yeah. Even
that
to
feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, interrupting like online classes or just important business meetings and just
so as someone who's been on the platform for a while, we had to make changes at our company. Like it used to be that just students could join the class whenever it opened, which is usually 15 minutes before it starts, but now they're not allowed in unless I admit them. So I see their names and I'm like, oh yes, I recognize that name, let them in. Right, to avoid people just jumping into our classes.
Yeah.
So
we do that too for my job, but a lot of times like someone will have a weird name that we don't recognize and it's like
okay. I bet that happens.
And it's like it is them, but
who are you?
You just have to be prepared to be like, let them in and get ready to kick them out again. Oh wait, no, I know you. Okay, we're good. Yeah, but it's been interesting because like that wasn't something I had to worry about a year ago.
Yeah.
Just everyone taking advantage of everyone using it and just wanted to sell a little chaos here and there.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned Animal Crossing too, because that was a big thing back in like the spring of this year.
Yeah, and it's still pretty big. There's still people who are playing it. It's not as like new and exciting, but like I played it like 3 days ago. And I definitely have a picture of me and my best friend Kayla. Both of our little avatars sitting in the butterfly room in her museum being like, we're hanging out during COVID.
Yeah.
Sitting together. So yeah.
Now, the main thing I remember about Animal Crossing was that they had a little crossover thing with Doom Eternal. So I remember Doom Eternal came out this year. Did you see those?
Crossover thing?
They had like that video. It was like
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like the little kitty girl or something. I don't know what she was. From Animal Crossing, got like the gun, was hanging out with Doom Guy, and they were just destroying everything. It was wonderful.
There were lots of Tom Nook memes.
Yeah.
About because he's the guy who wants to just constantly like, oh, I'll upgrade your house for you. Okay, that'll be $1 million bells. Thank you.
And I'm sorry, but really quick, I can't believe I just now thought of this. But speaking of actually like tech stuff, I guess, and Animal Crossing, this year I finally bought a Nintendo Switch, and because it didn't cost any extra and they kept talking about it when I went to buy a Switch, I was sold on the Animal Crossing New Horizons special edition, like limited edition Switch. So I have that. It's cool. Like I've never played the game. I have no intention to, but it's like, okay, it's different.
Yeah. So I guess I got my Switch Lite this year as well.
I don't understand Switch lights.
Well, we didn't want a Switch Lite. Let's be clear. We wanted a regular one, but it was the only thing they had available, and I'm actually really happy about the decision I made because I've never had my own like handheld gaming device before, and so now I'm like, I have it and it's mine. And I went to Chicago for a few weeks when my grandma was diagnosed with cancer. I took my games with me, which was really nice. So
you never had like a Game
it.
Boy or anything?
No, I never did.
Wow.
I'm telling you, yeah, we always had PC games. And so we played like Freddy Fish and Putt Putt and Pajama Sam, but yeah, never a Game Boy or anything like that. No.
Man, I mean, now you could.
I could.
I mean, nowadays people usually can you can program a Raspberry Pi to emulate all those games. Yeah. But back in the day, that was your bread and butter for mobile gaming.
No, the only games we had that weren't PC games were my grandma's Super Nintendo, but she lives in Wisconsin, so we didn't get to see her very much. And then in like 2010 or 2012 or something like that, we got a Wii. Other than that, it was PC games always. That was it.
And that's one of the selling points of the Switch for me is to be able to play games on the go.
Yeah. Yeah, and my brother and his wife have a Switch. And so it's nice that they have it. So we'll take it upstairs and I'll play Mario Kart or we'll play Just Dance together. So it's nice that it does have that versatility in terms of being handheld or being connected to the TV. But I like
You enjoy Just Dance? I tried like a little bit of a demo.
I kick absolute butt at Just Dance. Nobody in my family can beat me.
Which is your favorite so far? Or have you only played one of them?
No, I've played a few because we had it on the Wii for a while. We have the 2020 version right now, and so it has the unlimited, so it has every song that's ever been on Just Dance. So we paid like $25 for a year of unlimited Just Dance. Yeah.
So is that like the newest one, or is it one of those things where they've released like the next year's one early or something?
I think it's the newest one. I'm not sure when it came out.
Okay.
I think I did play a little bit of Just Dance 2020. I know I played a little bit of a Just Dance this year, but yeah, it's super fun.
It seems like Just Dance 2021 might be coming out soon. I don't know. A very quick Google search is not giving me much information.
Yeah, but no, I played like a demo of it, and there were like 2 songs, and I'm just like, I think I'm getting this. Wait, this is going too fast. What's happening? I don't. Okay.
It takes some practice. Just Dance 2021 came out like a month ago.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Not 2020. So Just Dance 2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe that was the one that I did. I don't know.
Just in time for the holiday season.
Yeah. Well, and it's cold now, and so I'm trying to exercise every day. And so on the days where I'm like, it's too cold to go outside, my mom and I just do Just Dance.
I was just about to say that actually, I was going to ask if it was actually really good exercise for you, because that's the biggest reason I would want to get it.
Yeah. Well, and I'm never going to be the kind of person who wants to exercise by like running on a treadmill or lifting weights. Yeah. I'm like, I want to dance. Jazz hands again.
And as someone who does go to the gym and stuff, I tried doing Just Dance and even doing the Ring Fit. I think Switch had the Ring Fit game.
Yeah, I think that's pretty new also.
Yeah, it came out this year. Those are great for cardio aerobic exercises.
Yeah, I was playing Just Dance like a few days ago, and one of my legs started cramping up, and I was like, ah!
Oh, no.
Ring Fit Adventure came out October of last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But with people not being able to go to a gym or exercise at at their how they usually do, it does come in handy. It did come in handy this year.
Honestly, one game that I want, and it's not that new, but one game that I want kind of because it seems like a lot of fun, but also for health purposes, is I want to get a VR headset and get Beat Saber, because I bet that thing makes you work up a sweat.
Yes, it does. It really does.
I want a VR headset.
But I love rhythm games.
For a few things. Yeah. Beat Saber's like that was probably about like the first thing on my list for VR. And then of course like Half-Life Alyx.
Yes.
Are you still talking about VR? I'll let you do that.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna segue into I feel like we have to talk about Half-Life Alyx. Because I feel like it was probably like the most successful VR game to date. Like in terms of just like the atmosphere and the mechanics. I don't know how well it was received.
it sounds, from what I
Like
had
it was received
heard,
well.
it sounds like it was received very well, and it sounds like it's actually very well executed. Like it plays really solid.
Because I've played a few VR games, and I feel like Super Hot is one that comes to mind, which is not really super story based. It's more like you're in a level and you're not really like moving through the world all that much. Yeah. I feel like Half-Life Alyx, you like move through the world, which I feel like was one of the things they were really trying to figure out how to do with VR, because you can't like teleporting all the time is kind of messy, right? And so I feel like in terms of the mechanics, they did a really good job.
But Super Hot was still really fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That just made me think. It's on Game Pass now. I don't remember if the original is the first one, but they also have. I guess it's the newer one, Mind Control Delete. Interesting. I just played it the other day.
Yeah. VR. I guess being able to really insert yourself in the game, or not really being able to go out and play games, or maybe it's just the technology has grown, so it's become more popular and more accessible. That probably took off a good bit this year, especially with if you were able to use it for Phasmophobia, which I haven't heard a lot of updates with that game. I don't know if is it still.
They got a new map
like
recently.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was still in the zeitgeist.
Josh, I was just about to say, I remember we played with somebody who was using VR on that. I'm like, who was that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Josh.
It was me. Yeah. That was terrifying.
We have a video of that. Hannah has a video of that, doesn't she?
I think so. Yeah. Check it out on my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel. It might not be on my YouTube channel. I don't remember.
I think it is.
Probably. It's probably called Playing Phasmophobia with My Friendos.
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
Both is good.
Yeah. I'm always excited for the future of VR and where it's going, because it's so fascinating to me, and I really do think that that's where gaming is going to go, because it seems like at this point it's becoming pretty practical. Like it's not totally unreasonable to have we all play games so much anyway. Like it's not unreasonable to have a dedicated space for gaming. I feel like that's a very popular thing in people our age.
That's pretty much literally what my entire room is for.
Yeah. I have a pretty nice setup right now. I just don't have the space required for VR. But
having space.
That is the thing. Yeah, that's the thing is we all have dedicated gaming spaces, but it takes up like 30% of our living area because none of us can afford to live anywhere with space. So
it's true.
But also reality sucks, and so we want a virtual one.
Yeah. Which with massive, with massive like multiplayer games and VR stuff and augmented reality stuff, or it's all going to come together. I think one day. I'm just ready for like a Ready Player One type.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm ready for that.
I just feel like
it's not with the like post-apocalyptic landscape, but with the
I just think about
VR world.
Are you guys familiar with Sword Art Online?
Yeah, a little bit.
I am, but nah, I'm good.
It's an anime. It's they get stuck in the game.
I've watched like the first episode.
You die in reality. That's pretty good. I enjoy it. But I feel like do you guys remember when 3D movies were like a thing? Like, what's the last time a 3D movie came out?
I think I'm sure they get released alongside regular versions of movies all the time, but I don't see them. I don't care to see 3D.
Yeah.
The 3D movies, I feel like, were something that were really popular for a while. We even had a 3D TV in our house, but they kind of dissipated after a while. I don't feel like VR is going anywhere.
No. It's
I feel like it has ceased being gimmicky and is now like legitimate gaming.
Yeah,
because we have the tech to back it up and make it give us that seamless gameplay that we want to have.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe I'm wrong because I don't look into this a lot, but I feel like it might be moving towards at least being more affordable. But then again, I haven't checked the actual pricing on those in a long time because I'm like, I can't afford this.
You just assume.
But I just pretty much assume, yeah. But I feel like I saw a video that someone did on YouTube recently talking about them, like the newest one being at a good price.
I'm seeing some of the Oculus stuff being around $300 or $400.
I mean,
less than
how much people are paying for consoles.
Well, I'm again like 400 is what I want to pay for the PlayStation because I want to get the digital one. But yeah, like 500 is like with the disc and then the Xbox.
It's certainly 400 or 500 for VR is certainly expensive, but like not nearly as expensive as it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see, I'm trying to find prices.
We're gonna get there.
I know, I'm so excited. Well, and I also have the perspective of being a teacher. Oh, here we go. So yeah, the Oculus Quest 2 is like $300. It's not bad, right?
No.
But I'm also a teacher, and so I'm really looking forward to the future of education in VR. Like, let's go to ancient Greece and let's like go to the moon and go out into space and like all these things. I think I'm
looking forward to like maybe like not so much looking forward to, but I can see that maybe you can do like that, use that Google Maps VR thing, and like take your kids on a field trip to like this place.
Especially when we're all stuck inside because of quarantine. It's like, hey guys, everybody put on your VR headsets. We're gonna go on a virtual field trip. You don't have to leave your chair.
Well, no.
It's leaning on a little like apocalyptic, but that's fine.
Yeah, a little bit.
We don't know.
Dystopian. This year, that's fine.
This year is a little apocalyptic, so
that's true.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see what happens on New Year's Eve, and then if we get into 2021, maybe things will start looking up.
Yeah,
I'm expecting like one more crappy thing, or one more like
people are getting vaccinated.
That's good. That's
not in the States, but in like
in the States, there are people getting vaccinated in the States. Maybe. Yeah, there's there. I think like we're in the stage where mostly healthcare professionals and some politicians are getting the access to the vaccine. So it's out there, which is another technological marvel in itself, because this pandemic started in like late winter, early spring, and now there's like, we have a vaccine that is out and about, and it's got a high effective rate.
Yeah, really high.
Does it? I haven't.
Yeah, like people have been astounded with like how well the vaccine has tested.
Pfizer had a 95, Moderna's had a 90 something.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how fast that turns the tide of infection rates and hospitalizations.
Yep.
Yeah. The things we can do when the economy's on the line.
And in the meantime, there's so much TV we can watch online.
Yes, there is. Great segue to
bring it back.
Great.
Yeah, great segue to the. I wanted to talk about the streaming wars that have been going on since Disney Plus launched last year.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's mostly been between Disney Plus and Netflix.
Oh yeah,
because
for sure now.
I don't know. I don't feel like anybody really talks about like Amazon Prime and Hulu and HBO Max. I feel like they just have their things and they just kind of do their own thing, and they're like, all right, we live in our space and that's fine. But Disney Plus and Netflix, I feel like, have been battling it out. And I personally think Netflix is winning.
I mean, they're now at a point where it's tough for anybody to really compete with them. But I think especially next year, Disney is really going to be. They're really coming at them hard with all the new stuff that they just recently announced.
Yeah, all the Star Wars and Marvel stuff are just.
I think the MCU stuff's going to be a big deal, but I feel like the fact that they made everybody pay extra for Mulan, and then it apparently wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
Points against them for sure.
Yeah, sure. But it shows that
Netflix has been coming out with all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah, for free with no extra cost. But it does show that people are someone willing to pay like a premiere pass for some of the stuff, just so just because they're so invested in Disney's what Disney has to offer.
Yeah.
We also had HBO Max had its launch this year. I was
going to say HBO Max is another one it's starting to get up there, especially.
I don't know nothing about that.
Well, especially with their announcements recently that like Wonder Woman 1984 is coming to HBO Max on Christmas, as well as theaters, and then a lot of other movies I think next year are going to be going to HBO Max.
Warner Brothers made the kind of concerning, questionable announcement that all their movies that are supposed to release this year and ones that are supposed to that are going to be released next year are going to be released in theaters and HBO Max. So yeah, they're going to really drive up, give them an edge over Netflix and Disney Plus. And they just have a large library. The DC Universe app is kind of reconfiguring itself, and most of their original programming has gone to HBO Max.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's going to be a lot of. We've had a lot of stuff to watch this year, and it's become like what a lot of people were talking about. Like it's basically like cable, but with internet with streaming providers.
Yeah. No, I keep when I think about it, I keep being surprised at all of the stuff that has come like to streaming platforms that I've watched this year so far, like and some not necessarily directly to streaming platforms, like Rick and Morty. The second half of season 4 was this year. The second half of the last season of BoJack Horseman came to Netflix, which I really love, as anybody who's listened to me before knows. Harley Quinn season 2 was this year.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, right. I had just forgotten about it too until you mentioned DC.
That had to have been about spring or it had to be about spring, but that was a fun romp.
Have you guys had any of? I'm looking it up here, and the internet's calling it. Have you guys had any choice paralysis this year? I feel like
choice paralysis.
I feel like
I guess I get what they mean, but
I've been having this issue where I'm going through all these streaming services, and I kind of want to watch something new, but at the same time, life is so uncertain. I kind of also want to just watch something I already know how this plays out, but then those are boring because I've already seen them, and then I just turn off the computer. I'm just gonna go read a book or lay on the floor and look at the ceiling fan for a minute. There's just too many options at this point.
Yeah, I get that.
I just watched Captain Sparkles play Minecraft for the umptillionth time.
Yeah, getting home from work is okay, what all
Among Us?
Because you have to go, it's okay, we can watch some short videos on YouTube, or you can watch something from the streaming from one of the I think I have access to the 5 streaming services: Max, Netflix,
and I know that we're
Hulu,
all supposed
Amazon.
To be, I know that we're all supposed to be cutting ourselves a little bit of extra slack this year in terms of productivity because we all kind of feel awful. But I don't want to spend all of my free time every day trying to catch up on all these shows.
Right.
I'm I need to try and limit what I'm watching, how much I'm watching, so I have to pick specific things, but then that's too stressful.
Now, I kind of feel that, but at the same time, I'm really excited for my week off next week, so I can just sit and watch stuff. Although I did already go through all of The Promised Neverland in 2 days, so...
It's so good, though.
Yeah. I finally I got through season 1 of The Boys, and I'm going to start season 2 probably Wednesday night or something like that. Sometime between now and January 4th, I'll probably finish The Boys season 2.
I watched Stargirl on DC Universe.
Nice.
The whole season in about 3 days, and I have a screenshot of one of the scenes because my neighbor was an extra, and I was like, wait a second.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. How is that show? Because I've seen it up there, but I haven't watched it yet.
I enjoyed it. I feel like it wasn't, a fantastic. It's a superhero coming of age, teenagers in high school fighting bad guys who are twice their age.
Yeah, but it's a lot more. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes, and it's a lot more lighthearted than some of the other CW hero shows.
It isn't. It isn't.
It's a little more family friendly.
A little bit more family friendly. I'll give you that. Yeah. But I've just been waiting for new Titans for ages, and I was I needed to get my fix, and I still need to see Doom Patrol because I haven't watched that yet.
Do it. It's so weird.
Trevor is an extra in an episode of that.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten past the first episode, or
really?
by that I mean I have watched the first episode like twice, but I haven't seen the second episode.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely check that out. I think y'all both will enjoy its weirdness and its insanity.
Yeah.
I probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just because Trevor's in it. I kind of don't want to watch it.
You can skip that episode, or well, actually, maybe you do want to watch that episode with him because it's a nice little cameo he has.
I was just shocked because I didn't know my neighbor was in Stargirl, and I had to like rewind and be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's my neighbor. I know her. We go and play games with them sometimes. I babysat her daughter. Like,
it's always fun. It's always fun to see someone you know in a show. So yeah, there's been a lot of tech stuff this year. Probably some new phone releases, computer stuff. I think touchscreens are probably still like there's still more innovation going on there. AI and AI software.
And we've been having.
So what are we looking forward to?
Oh, sorry. You must have been.
Good.
You must have had some lag. I didn't realize you were talking.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, I was just gonna say we've also had like some real dumpster fires in terms of games this year. Notably Cyberpunk 2077, which, I mean, I don't know. I've heard from some people that it's like if you can get past all the bugs and everything, it's actually a decent game. But it's had its whole controversy. It's had probably several controversies, and then it's released in a state where there's so many bugs, especially on the, I guess, current gen, last gen, whatever you want to consider, PS4 and Xbox One. So yeah, it's.
So is it just that? Because I saw something about it being, it's switching consoles, and so is it that like it works pretty well on the PC, but like playing it on a console is just rough?
Well, I mean, I don't know that I've really heard too many specifics on how it plays on the Series X or the PS5, but my understanding is that like there's still bugs on everything, but it's the worst on PS4 and Xbox One.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I heard that like it was just having issues mostly with it was like designed to be a PC game, but they were playing it on Xbox and PlayStation, and that was kind of where most of the problems came from. That's what I heard, but I might not know. Yeah. I might be misinformed.
All right. Anyways, Josh, I'm sorry I cut you off before. What are you saying?
It's fine. It's fine. I was going to ask y'all, what are we looking forward to, like technology-wise, for 2021?
In terms of new technology, I'm looking forward to. Well, it's not new, but I'm looking forward to standing in elevators with people again.
So returning technology.
Yeah, right.
Returning, yeah. Return of the elevator.
Yeah, being in public and with other people within arm's reach.
Yeah, if that counts, then you got me right there.
Hey,
I'm excited to go out.
You guys remember this old form of communication called hugs?
No, I've never been one for that. And this pandemic just reinforced that it was okay that I'm never okay with hugs.
But I'm like the opposite kind of introvert where I'm like, I'm an introvert and I've been introverted so long. I'm like, I want to go to a concert. I want to like hug a stranger.
Yeah.
I just want to like human contact, please.
That's fair. That's actually kind of how I am.
I would feel, and I imagine I would feel so much worse, except like there's currently 8 people living in my house. So like literally we can't have anybody over because it's like we're at the max capacity in terms of how many people we can interact with.
Yeah.
But like I can't imagine if I was living on my own or only with a handful of people.
But technology-wise,
just the isolation. If you're a people person, or you're just
even if you're not a people person,
or just getting that dose, even if you're like, I don't like people, but I'll go be around some just to get my my daily dose.
In terms of technology, I'm not super up to date on what's coming out. I'm always looking forward to the next consoles. Specifically, I'm always looking forward to what Nintendo's up to because I've been a Nintendo girl. Like I said, the only consoles we ever had were my grandma's Super Nintendo and our Wii, and now I have a Switch. And so like that's pretty much all I know in terms of consoles. We have a Xbox 360 that doesn't really work. So always looking forward to new Nintendo stuff. And then of course, hoping that someday soon I can afford the space and the money for a VR system.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited next year for new consoles, which, let's face it, it's not really like we're past the point that it's likely or even possible really to get these consoles this year. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And I don't know, in terms of technology, like specific like hardware, I'm not entirely sure what's going to be new next year. But of course, as we talked about earlier, I'm definitely looking forward to all the new shows coming to Disney Plus, like the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff. Yeah. And maybe, fingers crossed, a new Rick and Morty season, since they've said that they're going to up their timetable.
Is there a new Resident Evil game coming out next year?
Oh yeah, Village.
Yeah.
Village is coming out.
That's exciting. I won't play it, but I'll watch somebody else play it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not brave enough to play a game like that and for myself. I need to watch it while someone else is playing it with one hand on my volume control and one hand on my spacebar to pause the video.
Did you ever watch my stream?
I think so, yeah. By the time I'd seen your stream, I'd already seen. It's just the first time I go through a game. I have to be like.
Yeah. I love.
How's that Dead Space playthrough going, Hannah?
It's good. I'm halfway through. I was really upset recently because I had to end an episode before the chapter was over because I couldn't beat the boss, but I beat him, and I think I'm halfway through the game, and I'm hoping to finish it before the end of the year.
Okay, I need to catch up on your streams if you have any posted.
Yeah, they're all on YouTube. I'm gonna make a playlist. I have enough to make a playlist now.
I see that they are on YouTube. I just haven't watched them.
Well, if you loved me, you would just watch them in the background with the sound off, but it's fine.
Well, see, it's because I don't love you.
Well, fair enough.
I'm just kidding, Hannah. Love.
No, you're not.
Wow.
Love. Is that a heart? That's kind of a heart.
Josh, what are you looking forward to tech-wise?
That's a heart.
That heart has a condition.
It does. I can't do like an accurate heart with like the valves and stuff. You gotta.
Yeah, that's complicated.
I don't want that kind anyway.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yes, that's my name. I'm looking forward to Halo Infinite. I think that would be the big one that I'm looking forward to. Because it's been 5 years since the last Halo game, and I'm ready to see how they try to how they plan to do this soft reboot of the franchise, and how they plan to how is the game going to be different from the last one we played, because they're saying like, oh, we got this new slip space engine, whatever that means, and I just want to see like how the gameplay works, and where the story goes, because I need my fix.
I'm interested too, because again, I know you've always been much more of a Halo fan than I was, though I got into it more for a minute there, but yeah, they showed it off earlier this year, I guess, and they got a lot of negative feedback about the state of it, so they're pushing it back. So hopefully it'll be in much better state later.
Yeah, which looks like it'll be the end of next year, but it's fine. Whatever they have to do to get it to that high quality version that we're expecting.
Take your time, make it
good. Which will be 20 years since the original release.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're doing it on an anniversary.
Might as well.
Speaking of which, that's another thing. I'm looking forward to the anniversary of the Legend of Zelda games, because hopefully they'll do like they did with Mario. Do 35th anniversary. Hannah, I know what you're doing. I'm gonna keep going longer the more you point it out.
No, you're good. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what games they put in a Zelda collection, because for the Mario collection they had Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. So I'm just hoping they get some of those for Zelda that I haven't played yet.
Mario games.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea how that would work.
That would be interesting to see how that would work.
you just jump up in the air. You accidentally punch your ceiling.
Yeah, I did that.
Or you punch your fan.
I did it a lot when I was playing VR, Phasmophobia.
I bet.
And Super Hot, because I don't have it here. I was playing at a buddy's house. But yeah. But silly punching aside, well, that will wrap the season finale of Nerd Variety Podcast Season 3.
Woo.
Yes.
Yay, we made it.
Yay, Season 3.
And
we survived.
Yes, and we're very hopeful that you will join us when we return in 2021. And we'll have some new episodes out and some surprises maybe. We'll see.
And this is all assuming there is a 2021.
That's true.
Yeah, that we don't go back. We don't hit the clock doesn't go December 32nd or back to December 31st.
Or just
Honestly,
back to January 1st. It'll go back to January 1st.
We'll just have to do 2020 over and over again for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, no. January 1st, 2020.
Just end me now.
I don't want to read.
No.
I don't want to live, die, repeat, whatever Tom Cruise Groundhog Day movie we're talking that references.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, if we can
let's be hopeful.
Stick on.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I can.
Yeah. Let's be hopeful
for this. Then
yeah. Let's be hopeful.
Yep.
But that wraps it up. Please, everyone, like, subscribe, and comments, and
all the things.
Let us know what you want to hear us talk about next season.
And be safe.
Thank you. Yeah, be safe. Please be careful.
We know you want to see your family for Christmas. Don't.
Do it.
Or
smart.
do it on Zoom. Just be smart about it. That's the thing.
Be smart.
Yeah. Be smart. Be safe. Have a happy and safe holiday, Christmas, whatever. And as always, nerd out.
Bye.
Nerd out. Bye.